Hey guys, it's Ellen here, and today is Saturday, and we always have fun on Saturdays, so we're going to work on some birthday cards. These are so simple and easy and fun to paint. Be great to have on hand if you want to give to somebody for their birthday. It's so simple to paint these. I do show you how to draw this, but it's very easy. I think any beginner can do this. You don't need expensive paper or paints for this. I'm just using what I have, but if you have just cheap paper and paints, you can go ahead and create the same thing with those. So, if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section. Also, don't forget to check out my Patreon. Here, I have exclusive tutorials and traceables that go on my YouTube and ad-free videos over there. It's just more content. It's just a place where people can go and support my channel. So, without further ado, let's get started. Okay, so for this exercise, I'm just using 4 pieces of Arch 100% cotton cold pressed paper. I think that's like 4x6 or 4.5x6. You can use very inexpensive paper for this. You don't need to have this expensive paper. I just don't seem to have any inexpensive paper on hand, which is funny. If you do use expensive paper, I would just suggest, like what I'm doing here is, make it into the 4x6 and put it on top of a cheap card, bright cardstock. So then you have like this nice bright card. Otherwise, if you have cheap paper that's not so heavy and expensive, you can just fold that size in half, so it would be like, it can be 5x7, so you're folding a 14x10 piece of paper in half. So this is really easy, really super simple for anybody to do, and something fun too as well. But if you have if you have a free Saturday, like today's Saturday, and you want to do a bunch of cards so that you have them on hand, so when someone has a birthday, you're ready to go. So basically, we're going to do 4 simple ones. The first one I'll probably do is the hardest. And I think it's not even that hard. I'll show you what I'm going to... I have it already drawn out here, but I'll show you what I did. It's basically a birthday cake with candles. So you're going to be drawing a cake, kind of like a rounded rectangle. See, the corners are rounded. And it's on a stand, kind of like another rectangle. Then you're going to do the stand part, which is kind of like this. See the line, curve it down, and then you're going to curve it down, like that. You don't have to have it this way. You can just make another like rectangle if that's easier for you. We'll probably paint like a scallop edge. I'm going to paint like maybe a band in between this cake, and then the candles. I'm just going to use long skinny candles, just like this, and their little flames. That's for the first one. And the other ones are so simple. So the first color I'm mixing up is a turquoise. I'm just going to be washing that color in the bottom part of the stand. You see me putting it in here. You can put in any color you want. I'm just going to be putting the turquoise in, just like so. And going down to the bottom of the stand. Like I said, you can do pink, purple, blush, blue, whatever works for you. That's the color I decided to put down. And it's very simple. You don't even have to draw it out. You can just paint it that way. Going for the body of the actual cake, I just go in and add mixing up some like coral colors and some pink colors. And I want that to be the body of the cake. I'm going to be doing different tones for that. Again, you can make it any color you want. I just think that that's a more pleasant color to put in a cake. I don't know if you want to put a green or a blue or purple inside of a cake. I don't know if anybody's ever eaten that kind of color, but so, I'm using my Princeton 8 long round brush for this. And here I'm just washing in the colors, very simply, just going in the coralish orangey color on the bottom. I kind of washed in another color on top, but you get the idea of how we just paint that in. And then I'll continue with the top of that. I'll leave a space in between of it with the pink kind of tone to go on top of that. It's just very straightforward, putting the color in there. And after I finish that, I would go back in and maybe put in some concentrated dots from the magenta, so it has this nice little bleed of dots in there. Kind of fun and different. You can put all kinds of patterns in each side of like the cake that you want. So I'm just going in and grabbing some darker magenta. I'm just going to put that in there Gonna tap that in, doop taps of color, and it let it bleed to like a nice, fun, funky polka dot. And then for the bottom one, I go across and do a stripe with the darker orange kind of tone. It might bleed at that point. I might have to go back in later and add in. So at this point, I'm just going to be starting to paint in all the little candles, that we drew up and down all around by the cake. And I would just fill it all in. Yellows, blues, purples, pinks, whatever color works for you. We're just going to go put those candles in. Now I'm just going to paint in that darker stripe going across the cake. There you go. And once I do that, I'm going to start adding in all kinds of patterns in the candles. I'll do stripes, I'll do dots, just a bunch of different ones. I usually like to make them a little bit darker than the color is. And then I'll add of course I'm adding right now, the flame, just a little teardrop kind of shape to make the little flame in the candle. It's really simple. And like I said, you can just go add some darker tones and make stripes and dots and patterns. I'm doing a little scallop here, edge on the bottom of the cake stand. Might add in some little details with dots on the bottom. Right here you see some dots going across. And then I'll add some little dots on the bottom, just for like some fun detail. And then we just go play in with adding in some, like I said, all these kind of patterns and stripes inside the candles. Just keep doing that until you reach what you're looking for. You can even just put in some gold, whatever, in this candles as well. But see, I'm just putting the polka dots all over the green and whatnot. I'm just going to keep playing around until I get the achieved effect that I like. Once that's done, I'm going to grab my gold paint, and I'm just going to, get that activated. And I'm going to put some gold dots all around it by the way the candle flame is, maybe sporadically around by the cake itself. See, I'm just putting all these little dots all around. I sped up this little video so it wouldn't take you an hour to see me paint those little dots. But I'm just putting them all around. You have fun playing with this. You can splatter them, whatever you want to do. See, I'm splattering some. It might get a little tricky splattering some of them because it might just be all over the place. If you don't want to do that, just go back in and actually just use your brush and paint in the little dots everywhere. Because that might work better for you. Yeah, see, mine kind of went everywhere. I'm just kind of putting them everywhere. It's just kind of a fun little effect. It's a little metallic. Just put it all around, put them on the cake a little bit. Putting on top of the cake stand, like behind it, like around the cake stand and on the cake itself. all those goody places that you want to just add some, like, you know, an accent, you know, just like that. Just everywhere you think is going to be kind of fun. Once you finish that, you can take your Sharpie pen or whatever ink pen you have and make a little bow. Play around with adding some ink to your painting. Just add another element to it. Just makes it more unique and fun. And there you go. That's the cake painting birthday card. Pretty simple and straightforward, I think. So using all the colors we have here. This is that same technique where you're layering. So you have to do light colors and then you layer the dark ones on top. So I take some yellow balloons, right? And I want to do it like that, coming down from here. So I would have like a half circle here. Oops, too much water. With the little triangle bottom. There's way too much water. Okay. Grab the orange. See, I'll actually put a balloon. So it's an oval kind of shape, or you can make them round. And then you have a little triangle here. So we're going to do a bunch separate, and then we're going to do a bunch on top. So we got the colors. I'll do like a pink one too. Just paint them in. Again, because if you're using this paper, or if you have cheap paper, don't worry about the bleed kind of situation. Wet on wet. I don't know why I keep getting these hairs everywhere. One of those days. So you could bleed in some darker color and like little dots if you wanted to. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to make a bunch of balloons. You're going to put them all spaced out kind of around here. And you can make them bigger size, smaller size. You can change up the sizes. So we'll do a few of those. We'll let them dry. Put another green one here. I'll put a nice lime green color one here. And I'll do one up top. Pay no attention to what I just said 5 seconds ago. Just putting the colors around. And I'm going to do a purple one down here. Once it's dry, we're going to take colors that would look nice on top of each other. So you're not going to put like the blue on top of the orange. It's going to make it brown. You're going to do a blue on top of a blue, or like a reddish, pinkish color on top of the orange, or the same thing with the green. So what I'm saying is, so you could take just the blue on top of the purple and the green, because they are nice colors that would go nice together. Maybe I'll make this balloon a little bit bigger. So what happens is the purple gets darker where it meets the blue, and so does the green. Has this nice fun layering effect. So then you're just going to put all those colors that you want that I told you about layered on top of the other color, like a pale blue on top of the green, you know, a pink on top of the pink. Yellow can go on top of pretty much all of it except the purple, because it'll look brown. So you can put yellow on top of the orange, yellow on top of the blue, because it will be green when it hits that. Keep doing this. It has a nice layered desired effect. And I've kind of just geared all the balloons on the top upper left hand side, going down kind of in a cascading triangle that way. Just kind of, like I said, just move them all over. Put the yellow on top of the orange or the pink and the red. It has like a nice effect to it. So I'm just going to do this to all the balloons in that section, and then we're going to come back and we're going to finish that one off. Once you layer all the balloons, I added some yellow ones in between the oranges. You just take again your marker and you can make like a little bow and wiggle down the, see, bow where it attaches from the balloon will attach the string, and just kind of wiggle down the string. Just make a little bow. And then here on the bottom we can write happy birthday. Just like that. You can even put like a stripe of a color next to that. So that's 2 down. This is another really simple one. Take a nice flat brush for this. I have a flat brush for this. Whatever brush you want to still use. We're just going to make some presents, some really simple presents. I'm going to grab yellows and the same kind of colors. We're going to just do simple yellows. So for the presents, I'm just taking, like I showed you, the flat wash. I'm just doing this really fast. I'm super fast. Can't you see how fast I paint? Just, again, the same thing. Just all these rainbow type of colors, yellows, purples, pinks, whatever color you want. And rectangle shapes, kind of rectangles that are not straight. They kind of have an angle to them. You know, just put all that color in there. Just wash it all in. And at the end, we're also going to be, you know, putting in stripes, crisscrosses, polka dots, small polka dots, big polka dots, all that jazz. You can put any kind of pattern. You can even put in florals if you wanted to. And, you know, use your imagination. I'm just going back in and adding some, you know, pretty dots and whatnot. Once it's all dry, again, take the Sharpie pen or whatever marker you have, and then you could just make the bows and the presents. See? Zoom in. All kinds of bows. You know, like the presents. You could do it with, you can paint it. You don't have to be drawing it, but this is so much easier. Again, this is that wet on wet media / ink wash. So you got 3, and the last one I have is really funny and easy. So you have this same card. We're gonna do another candle one. I'll take a piece of Scotch tape and I'll put it down like 3/4 way down, right over here, tape it. And then we'll just take that flat wash brush again. So again, we're taking the flat wash, we're taking a bunch of colors, and we're just gonna take the wash brush and just go up the piece of paper, you know, in a simple straight line to make the candle. With a skinny flat wash brush. See, I'm just making these little simple candles. Using all the colors, and then again with the same premise that we did with the presents and the cake. You're going to put some patterns in each candle, And you could do some other things in there, you know, but basically it's going to be doing patterns and colors up and down. So just here I'm just going to show you how I'm doing it, and then we'll come back at the end. Okay, so once you painted all the candles and all the patterns in them, you can just lift up the tape. Cute, right? And then you can write happy birthday. Right in the middle there. Put a little line down going to the candle. That's simple and cute, right? So now you've got like 3 fun, and you could add gold accents to all these. Have fun with it, you know. I want you to play around and have fun with it. Oops, sorry. Did you even see that? And there you go. You have like the birthday candle, you have the presents, you have the cake, and you have balloons. 4 easy cards you can make, you give to somebody. I think they really enjoy it. So if you have any questions in the comment section, don't forget to check out my Patreon. I have exclusive tutorials there on Thursdays, plus traceables that go with the YouTube videos and ad-free videos there. So thanks guys. Have a happy Saturday and enjoy.